So if you guys don't know, Rman is a model expert in Japan. Yeah, what do you say? You do a lot of things.
Yeah.
Do a lot of things, yeah. I would say Lolita model, subculture model, yes.
Everything. But you've been doing it for a very
like
long
YouTube,
time.
Yeah, YouTube influencer stuff, yeah.
For like over 10 years now, right? In Japan.
Yes.
I think there might be some people in our audience who doesn't know what a Lolita model is specifically.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So do you want to describe what the Lolita subculture is?
Yes. So Lolita fashion is a subculture fashion here in Japan. It's roughly based in Harajuku, and it's more like a princessy sort of cupcake style dress, and it's very like girly and princessy.
I mean, like this dress is kind of like that. Right?
Yeah.
Like
Well,
more subtle, honestly.
Yeah,
Like-
actually today I'm not wearing anything specifically that's released by a
my bad.
Lolita brand, but
Okay,
I
okay.
am like styling my clothes towards like a silhouette that's more like a Lolita style.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
cool.
Okay.
And we filmed videos together as well. We've done the live stream. I did a Lolita video, which we tried to do for a very long time, actually.
Yes.
We were going to do it like a year before, but we
Yeah.
didn't. Because I've known you for a long time. But it is interesting. Even that kind of look into it was very interesting. And because you also told me about your professional experience, because you got started because, what was it?
You remember?
Yeah, I think I remember. I think you came over to Japan on a vacation, right? Or as a working holiday? Or was one of it, and then you spoke with the guy.
Wow. I think you're like, you're rewriting my history.
No, let me rewrite it.
Wait.
Okay, let me see if I'm kind of close. And then some guy was like, "Oh, you were like you applied to be in model and you got it." And then they were like, "Come back and do it again." And then you're like, "Oh, okay, I live in
Who
Japan."
are you talking about?
How accurate is that on a scale of 1 to 10?
Not very.
Terrible frame.
I narrated this story that you told me and I forgot it already. So please tell me the real story, or tell the viewers the real story.
Okay, so I got started when Angelic Pretty, which is a big Lolita brand,
I
they
know.
came to LA, and I'm from LA.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
I got selected to be one of their models, and then the
Pretty close.
shacho, the owner, was like, if you're ever in Japan. So
I remember from that point. I remember from that
The
point
only part you
onwards.
got right was that she got selected to be a model.
I remember.
Everything else was
All I
completely
remember is
off.
that you weren't living in Japan when you got the opportunity.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what I
Yes.
remember.
My first chance was actually in LA, and then when I came here, I was here for studying, and then I also was like, hey, I'm here, and they
See, that's
let
interesting
me,
because
yeah.
like the Lolita, from my understanding of the Lolita subculture, it's already quite a niche in Japan, let alone in a place like LA. Like, what was the Lolita scene like in LA when you first were like, not I guess introduced to it, but when you were first in it?
It was still very, very far.
Yeah.
Like it's hard to know exactly what it is. I first saw it when my friend gave me like a Gothic Lolita magazine. So it just looked like a different world, you know, and it's something that you can't really get your hands on.
Yeah.
So at that time, people were still being introduced to it.
Right.
So when Angelic Pretty came over to LA, that was their first show,
Right.
Right.
overseas.
Right.
So
Were you interested in Lolita fashion before you got chosen to be a model, or was this like your introduction to the world of
no,
fashion?
like when I was in high school, one of my friends brought me the Gothic Lolita magazine.
it's been around
I was
Wow,
a very
quite a
big
while.
emo girl.
Goth girls do exist.
Goth girl, let's go.
That's like a huge meme now. People always like guys online. There's like a big thing about wanting a goth girlfriend.
Really?
That's like a big thing. Yeah,
goth
did
is
you
like-
know?
The goth
No,
girl
I
movement.
don't know.
The goth girl movement's like
What
coming
the heck?
back.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Everyone's like,
It
I
never
just
went, it
yeah.
never went away, Joey. It,
Yeah,
it
that's
lived
true.
on in our hearts. Okay.
Oh my gosh. No,
yeah,
I
like
didn't
there's
know.
memes like, what do you mean you like goth girls? We destroyed their natural habitat, the mall. Like,
Oh, that's so true. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Yeah, that's right.
Every time like a game comes out and there's like a character that looks kind of gothy or anything, everyone's like, new goth mommy unlocked, let's go. Yeah.
Well,
it's
what do you
big
mean
now.
they destroyed the mall? Isn't that
malls are like dead.
Yeah, they're like deserted.
Malls are dying.
Yeah.
Shit, like their
what do
malls are
kids
going.
do now?
They fucking
games.
shop on Amazon.
Yeah, Amazon games.
No, but like, okay, so my only experience is like through osmosis on what Sydney has told me, because you know, LA is, I guess, different from Wisconsin, which has got nothing going on there. But she would tell me that, when we were in high school, everyone hung out at the mall because there was nothing else to do.
Yeah,
And
when
that's why-
you're in high school.
Yeah.
But
exactly.
nowadays they don't.
Well, yeah, but
You don't hang out.
why do high schoolers go now?
Online, on Discord.
On Discord?
Yeah, they're on Discord now.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I don't worry about them.
Discord and Amazon is like
Wait, did we not have
replaced.
Skype back then? We still had Skype back then. We could have still gone on
Skype?
Skype. Do you remember Skype?
Yeah, I remember Skype, but we
Yeah.
didn't have Skype back then, did we?
Shit.
Oh, in high school?
No, it was like MSN.
Yeah, we had
Messenger.
MSN. yeah.
Okay.
Oh my
We
god.
had MSN on like MySpace back in the day, which is yeah.
One thing I've learned from talking to you is that you have these really cool experiences that I feel like you don't realize are cool, and you don't say
A
them.
lot of people, yeah.
So like you'll tell me things, I'll be like, Rman, what the fuck? That's cool as fuck. Why would you not be telling everyone that?
I literally had this conversation last night.
Oh, you did?
With my
Oh.
friend. My friend was just like, you don't post anything. Like, you don't tell anyone anything. Like, I was like, oh, you're right. Like, I like to experience things and then I just kind of go with the flow and then I forget to post. Basically.
That makes sense.
But I think a lot of people, when they think like, oh, model for like 10 years in a foreign country, it must be so cool. Must be have some crazy experiences. And I'm sure you have some great stories. You don't realize they're great stories.
Yes. There's actually one story I like to tell is when I first started modeling for Gothic Lolita Bible and Kera. These are two magazines that were like really big in Harajuku. It mostly promotes like Gothic and Lolita fashion, punk fashion as well. And when you get selected to be a doksha model or a reader model, you basically become a sort of trendsetter.
Okay.
So when I first went into, when they called, sorry, let me start. You first like appear for their street snaps. There's usually a place in Harajuku that the photographer would be taking your photos, and when you take enough photos and you appear in enough magazines, there's like a little survey in the back. It's all very like manual. It's not
Right.
It's
digital.
very retro.
Yeah, you cut it out and then you have to fill it in, and then there is a little section that says who's your favorite street snap person.
Right.
And when you get like enough like people interested and the editors are interested, you get called in for a interview. At the time, I was still like really bad with my Japanese, but I took my interview. Like, and basically what I got out of it was like, we would like to have you on, but also we need to know what style you represent. I was like, oh, but I wear Lolita style. And they're like, we already have Lolita models. So like, you have to, and I was like, okay. And then he was like, oh, you have to like select a style that's uniquely yours, but is easily copyable. What is it? Like,
so
replicable,
people
yeah.
can buy the stuff and wear it.
But also like feel like if you wear it, this formula will definitely look cute.
Right. Okay,
Like
got it.
it's
It's not
like
just
a
'cause of you,
sure
Yeah.
thing that will like look good on anyone.
Right.
So that's kind of my homework.
Yeah.
when
I guess
did that.
yeah, because I guess like from my understanding of it is like Gothic style or Goth Lolita style is like it can look really fucking good on the people
Yes.
that it can match it with, but there's a bit of a high barrier of entry to it as well because it's like from my understanding a lot of the clothes are like can get quite expensive as well
Yes,
because
yes.
they're quite extravagant.
Yeah.
And not everyone is going to look good in a Gothic Lolita style. Like you need to have like a certain look to you as a base in order for it to work. Like, you know, I've seen a lot of Japanese girls walk around Harajuku where it's like they were like born to wear that kind of style, you know. But like I can't see the average Japanese woman walking around in the Goth Lolita style. on a
But you
weekend.
don't know. Everyone starts somewhere.
I mean, that's
So
true.
you kind
That's
of
true.
just kind of inch your way into like forming your own style after wearing.
Right.
Because when you first, like at least for my experience, when you first look at an outfit, if you put it on, the clothes are kind of wearing you
Yeah.
rather than the other way around. And I feel
I
like
said this in a
He's-
past
he-
trash
he
case
said the
episode,
exact
and
same
they
thing.
laughed at me.
what?
Yeah, they were like, that doesn't make any sense. See, Rinrin gets it.
How did you?
Well, you look so disappointed in me.
Yeah, exactly.
I said on it. I said
No,
on
when you
episode,
say it, it's
there's a
got weight.
difference. I
It's
said
got
on-
weight when you say it, Rman. It's got weight.
Okay,
I
10 years of professional experience. I'm like, yeah,
I
take it
said
out.
in an
man.
episode, there's a difference between you wearing the clothes and the
Yes.
clothes wearing you.
Yes.
And they laughed at me like I was
No,
like, full of
that's
shit.
so
Nah,
smart.
when you say
it's
it-
Like
a
a
very
Sun
good
Tzu philosophy
yes.
quote.
Very
you.
nice.
When you say it,
I
when you say it,
agree.
Rinrin, it hits different.
I
It's 10 years
Well,
of
don't worry.
experience.
I totally agree with
Thank you. Thank you very much.
So that's what I feel like that's the difference between styling an outfit and wearing an outfit.
Yeah.
Usually if you wear it like as is, it looks good. But then if you want to add like a little specific you taste to it, then you have to start like accessorizing, and that's the
Yeah.
part where I think maybe makes the difference.
Definitely.
So you got interviewed for this thing, and they're like, "What's your style?" And you're like, "Okay, goth Lolita." Was that the style you chose? What did you end up sounding?
Oh yeah, I ended up going with a doku kawaii, which is like poisonous kawaii.
What does that mean? What the fuck?
Which is different to yummy kawaii, right?
Yeah, this was like several years ago.
Because
So-
the kawaii fashion, there's so many subgenres of it.
What?
Yes.
Yeah.
Currently, there's a lot. But before there weren't that many.
Right.
And for me, like I don't think I ever like announced it, but I think with my style, it's a very cool aesthetic plus sweet. So when that gets mixed together, it kind of looks. I don't think doku kawaii actually fits, but that was kind of like the
That
vibe.
vibe, yeah.
Right.
How was like the first few jobs? Was it really weird?
It was very stressful. Yeah. So one of them, my very first one was, I specifically remember it was in August. It was super hot. I got a call. They're like, "Hey, we have 1 hour. Please wear your autumn or your summer wear, but also bring like an autumn outfit that you think you're gonna like wear."
in August.
Yeah.
Oh.
So like it was indoors, so it's fine. But
Right.
also like I'm not really at that time I was very new, so I wasn't
Yeah.
really thinking, oh, what am I gonna wear for autumn? Like it wasn't something ever crossed my mind.
Right.
So I was like, okay, cool. I'll bring something that I wore last year maybe.
Yeah.
So I didn't really go shopping, So I went in, and then they led me into this like room. It just had one square table and this huge pile of makeup, like a mountain.
Right.
And they were like, "Oh, these are all like the autumn winter coming out like
Yeah.
makeup
Yeah.
cosmetics."
Yeah.
So select. We want you to make change your summer look into an autumn look and do it within 6 steps and わかりやすいように
Yeah.
easy to understand. So I'm like, oh, you have 1 hour. So
What the fuck? What is this like a?
It's like a challenge.
This is like some kind of Squid Game trial for fashionistas. What is this? Why?
Yeah,
wait, you and
yeah.
you were being paid
If
for
you do it in
this?
7 steps,
no,
you get
I
eliminated.
mean,
No.
yeah, you get like transportation fee.
No, that's not being paid. Rinrin. Wait, that's what?
That's the bare minimum.
You didn't get.
Yeah.
So you didn't, wait, you didn't get paid for that then?
I got transportation fee.
That's not being paid, Rinrin.
She got paid in exposure, bro.
Yeah.
It's an honor to be selected.
Honor doesn't pay the bills, Rinrin.
Yeah. But, yeah, so like, you select it from this pile. You don't even know what you're looking at, never seen before makeup. So I was like, okay, I'm just going to stick with Anna Sui because I love Anna Sui cosmetics. So I brought out all of the stuff that I found that were Anna Sui. And then I looked at the colors, looked
brand,
at my
right? Like-
outfit. And then we put on makeup and then go to the wall to take the photo from the cameraman. And then they're like, okay, hold the brush this way. And then they'll like take a big shot of your eyeball.
Right.
And then you have to just do it within 6 steps. So
Oh my god.
I was like, great. And yeah, then the ending one was you change into your autumn outfit and then pose.
Was that usual back then for like you would do a lot of stuff kind of like for exposure in the fashion industry that like to try and work your way up?
I mean, it's always very, very good opportunity. So,
Yeah.
and plus, as for a model, getting prints is very important. So, in order to have those is actually very valuable.
I guess
so,
in the long run, it's worth more than getting like a flat fee.
I suppose so. I mean, I don't
Right.
know. I'm trying to understand how the industry works as well. Like, because it all seems kind of very like,
do it for exposure.
Yeah.
Kind of
Do
like,
me a favor. What do you?
I think because it's such, especially in Japan, it's such a competitive market
Yeah.
that like any like opportunity you can get is worth
Guess
a
so.
million
Yeah.
bucks for these models, right? And because that's if you do well in one thing, that's just going to lead to like bigger,
Right.
hopefully bigger and bigger and bigger opportunities where you might start getting paid for it.
Yeah.
Exactly, and that's exactly what happened.
Okay, that's good
So, it's. I mean, everyone is like on a collaborative effort almost. So that's how it was.